Hello. Good evening. Hi, Chi. How are we doing tonight? I'm finally streaming at night again. Hooray. Whew. I'm almost done with this drawing. And I actually have a working watercolor brush again. So after last stream when I kept having problems with my brush, it turns out it was the Apple Pencil. But luckily, I have Apple Care that I paid for. So they actually replaced it without charging me anything, so that's good. I didn't want to have to pay for a whole other Apple Pencil. I probably dropped it somewhat at some point. I'm like, I gotta be like way more careful, but I'm like so clumsy sometimes. Tired here, finally read a legitimate book and managed to rope your brother into watching 2 musicals. That's fun. What book did you read and what musicals did you watch? Yeah, I'm glad too. I was stressed about it all day yesterday. I had to go to the Apple store after work. And then I had to wait in the Apple store for them to like call the Apple Care support because apparently they didn't link it to my pencil when I bought it, even though I bought it at the same time as the iPad. It was like a whole thing, but it worked out. And also, the other thing I was stressed about, on my last stream, I mentioned how I was nervous I wouldn't get my Patreon approved in time before they raised the fees. Well, not only did it actually get approved in time, but I also actually have an account that's so old that I still have like the founder's rate for the fees. So I am not even subject to the fee raise at all. So that was like 2 things off my plate yesterday that was like a sigh of relief. The light novel version of the Other World's books depend on the bean counter, which is yaoi but like book form. Yeah, I actually have heard of that one. I haven't read it though. Is it good yaoi? Should I read it? Meet me in St. Louis with Judy Garland and Chicago. Hmm. Yeah, I know Chicago. I don't know the Judy Garland one, but that's cool. It's getting an anime. Oh, that's even more reason to read it. So, when the anime comes out, I'll be one of the cool people who read it first. I'm usually not. I'm very often an anime watcher. Hi, Prototype. Hi, Fryer. Yep, we got a post-workday stream again. My work didn't actually wear me out so much, I just passed out immediately today. I could stream. It's isekai, but the protagonist doesn't have any powers. It healed your soul. Also, fuck or die too, so that's fun. Well, that is fun. Hey, Pralaja. She's in a hair highlights, so pretty. Thank you, Friar. Yeah, last stream I was like, I want to make her hair more colorful. And then I did it off stream, but... But yeah, because I could tell my brush was being wonky last stream, I didn't want to do any big steps in the art, I guess. Well, since I probably broke my old Apple Pencil by dropping it, if I ever drop it on stream, I think I should have to do like a punishment of some kind. I don't know, wear a clown nose or something. I'll get a clown nose to put on if I drop my Apple Pencil on stream. Can they be written off as business expenses? Yeah. Actually, I wrote off like all my art purchases last year as business expenses. So that was cool. But luckily I didn't have to actually pay for the new Apple Pencil, so... Otherwise I would. Baton twirl with pencil should be a redeem. That's very dangerous. There's no way I wouldn't drop it. That would be more like the make Alyssa drop her Apple Pencil redeem. I'm just gonna... I'll get my old Apple Pencil from my old iPad together with this one, and I'll juggle them. No, I won't do that. Hi, Salmango. I'm like thinking about Animal Crossing now because I was watching an Animal Crossing video earlier while drawing this, and that's like a thing that happens when I'm drawing something. If I watch something while doing it, sometimes it gets like associated in my brain. You spent like 20 minutes looking for your Apple Pencil earlier and it was in a really obvious place. Well, I'm glad you found it. Probably the worst time for me was when my Apple Pencil fell into our couch and it got magnetically stuck to a metal part inside the couch. It was like up under there. I can't believe I found that thing. I literally only found it because I downloaded like this like app that could detect Bluetooth signals. But this week my problem was that I broke it, not that I lost it. I'm just glad I paid for Apple Care when I bought this stuff. No, wrong layer. I will probably be... I don't know if I'll finish this stream because I do have a bit more to do on it, but I'll probably be done with it before my next stream. So I'll probably work on my other commission next stream. That is looking adorable. Thank you, Lavi. Glad to hear it. Little Goody Two Shoes music. I think this is on sale right now. I think I saw somewhere. Good game. Recommended. $50% off for lesbians. What a deal. You can't get lesbians this cheap. yeah, that was my big adventure yesterday. Basically, was having to go to the mall just to get a new Apple Pencil from the Apple store. But I got to look at Hot Topic and Box Lunch while I was there. And I looked at the Sonic section of Hot Topic, and it was like all Shadow the Hedgehog. And I'm like, well, he deserves it. Go off, King. You get to have the whole Hot Topic section to yourself. Oops. Don't need to accidentally click clear layer. We were walking into the Hot Topic. They had a Bakugo and Deku shirt. And I pointed at it and said to my husband, "Look, they have Yaoi." and then I was like, "Oh, it's not my Yaoi though," meaning like Crowrain. And my husband was just like, "Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they had that." And I was like, "I would." If they had Crowrain at Hot Topic, I would buy it really fast. Yeah, they had a Bakudeku shirt. Yeah. Our Yaoi's too niche, they don't get it. Yeah. These Philistines. Hot Topic, you don't know. You don't know the money you could be making. First, we just have to get more people to see Crowrain. Oh boy, speaking of Yaoi, it's the Great Ace Attorney. Maybe they could have a Great Ace Attorney shirt at Hot Topic. I'll take the regular Ace Attorney also. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I still have it, but I had an Ace Attorney shirt that like aged the exact time I got into it, because it was a parody of those iPod commercials where there was like a silhouette with the iPod headphones, and it said "I object" with Phoenix Wright. Hi, Ellie. Oh, you remember those ads? Yeah. People used to make memes of them, of like everything back then, I remember. You just came back? Are we talking Yaoi and Yuri in here? Yeah. I was talking about how they should sell all my favorite Yaoi at Hot Topic. And my favorite Yuri too, for that matter. Buy 2 Yuri, get a free Yaoi. Do you remember when Hot Topic sold shirts of the swimming anime free, and they had to put up a sign that said like free, that's the name of the anime, the shirts are not free. Hachi Nana's probably never been a Hot Topic. They should be. Nana's kind of a Hot Topic aesthetic. Yeah, I mean, I've never really like worn like the punk styles from Hot Topic, I admit. I'm a poser. But yeah, they have a lot more like fandom merch there now. Yeah, I don't know if I went to Hot Topic when they had the swimming anime merch. I should have, so I could have seen one of those signs. Do I do OCs for 3-minute doodle redeems? Sure. As long as you send me a picture of them. Do I fill up for a 3-minute doodle? Sure. I appreciate you asking, but yeah, I'm down. I'm down most of the time. I think like if I really am like, oh, I can't do these right now, I'd probably turn them off. Alright, let's see. Girl in the middle. Oh, she's cute. Okay. Give me a sec. Oh, I think my gallery's safe right now. Yeah. Oh. There's always a chance. I did hide most of my sus stuff. I hid it behind a folder. Okay, let me open the timer. Hi, Crystals. 3-minute timer. I hate how it always starts it automatically. Stop. Alright. I'm gonna start the timer. Uh, 3, 2... Wait. Maybe I should make it so you guys can see the character too, for people who don't know. Oh god, that's not what I wanted. OBS, no. The one in the middle. Yes, I believe it is Chris from Discord. Okay. Now I start the timer. Okay. Oh god. Oh shit, I ran out of time. Oh, I hope she looks cute. Yay, glad you like it. It's like a little bit more. Okay, sorry. Cheating a little. Cheating. Okay. Anyway. She looks cute. Yay, thank you. When you say doodle like the wind bullseye, when you think draw like the wind Gaius. Yeah. He probably would say that about drawing. Okay, sorry, let me... Watercolors Master Gaius, very windy, wispy style. I still am like mad that we can never see what he's fucking painting in Trails of Cold Steel because it's always just blank. I'm gonna lean over Gaius's canvas and ask him, is that anime? Are you drawing Sailor Moon? If I've learned anything, it's that, like, non-weebs don't know what Sailor Moon looks like. My mom's neighbor came over to my house and she pointed to a figure I have of a VTuber, of Fubuki from Hololive, and said, "Oh, I know that one! That's Sailor Moon!" All anime girls are Sailor Moon, if you believe. The funny thing is, I actually do have a figure of Sailor Uranus, but she didn't point at that one. Would have been a little closer, at least. She's also one of those ladies who's like, you know, oh, cats love me. I could pick up your cat and she'll be fine with it. And she like picked up my cat that hates being picked up and she squirmed the hell out of her arms. I honestly don't pick my cats up very much. Because I feel like it's a side effect of growing up with dogs. Like really big dogs. I never like picked them up. So I'm still not used to being able to pick up my animals even after all this time. Salem, my black cat, he does like being picked up though, and whenever my husband picks him up, he defaults into like a baby position. Like he'll literally like flop over on his back so my husband's holding him like a baby. And it's like, I read all this stuff online that's like, oh, cats hate it when you hold them like a baby, and it's like, no, he literally tries to. Like, he tries to get into that position on purpose. Picking up a cat you don't know is the first sign you don't know cats. Yeah. And, like, she has cats, but, like, I would argue she doesn't know cats. Because there was another time where she got pretty injured trying to give one of her cats a bath, which is always bad. You're like not supposed to give a cat a bath unless they have like actual like shit on them they can't get off by cleaning themselves. I like almost totally forgot to shade her bow. think I'd like to do a little more shading on the ice cream too. Oh my gosh, I showed my mom this drawing on Sunday because I was at my parents' house. And my mom used to work at Baskin Robbins, and she got like so excited when she saw the ice cream flavor. She was like, "Oh my god, I used to work at Baskin Robbins. Let me guess the flavors. It's strawberry and mint chocolate chip and rainbow sherbet." And then she got to the acerbic tomato, and she was like, And I was like, don't worry about guessing that one." They don't have acerbic tomato flavor at Baskin Robbins, I think. I actually learned they have Baskin Robbins in Japan because I saw product placement of it in an anime and I was like, oh, I guess they got Baskin Robbins. Trying to think of all the anime I'm watching this season. The problem is we watched so much anime last season that by the time this season started, we weren't caught up and we were still catching up on shows from last season. So I wasn't able to pick up a ton of new stuff. Watching the new My Dress Up Darling. Watching the new season of Call of the Night and Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. And what else? There's definitely other stuff. There's like a few other things. Oh yeah, watching The Summer Hikaru Died. That's a good like horror BL. Oops. And then there's a couple of goofy Yuri ones we're watching. There's one called Bad Girl and one called like There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless. So many good sequels this season. Yeah. Which sequels are you watching? You haven't watched much of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Season 2 yet? Well, I guess you've read the manga. I have not read the manga, I have the anime only. Also watching a kind of goofy, cute girls just chatting over bullshit one called See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. And it's only gonna run for 6 episodes apparently, so it doesn't even have that much longer. But it's just about like a Gyaru girl and this other little like gremlin girl talking about shit at the food court every day. None. You'll probably watch them in 6 to 8 business years. That's fair. I'm only able to keep up with so much anime because my husband watches them with me, so we like watch them at dinner time. If it was just me holding myself accountable, I would be way more behind. Yeah, I still haven't checked out Owari no Seraph, even though I've heard it has good yaoi. I should probably check it out. Oh, which of the mangas do you like? It's taking like minutes for the comments to display for you. Yeah, I will say YouTube was being very funky when I loaded it, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it was like taking forever to load everything, so I don't know. YouTube being stupid. Lioness is actually a romance story, essentially not worth a heavy dive into unless you plan to read the manga too. I probably would just read the manga to begin with. You used to watch them with your roommate, but it's been so long. Just you're in a situation for that again. Yeah, it does help to have someone else you watch them with, I think. Just for, like, keeping up with stuff. Kaiju number 8, Hanako-kun Hikaru died, yeah. I watched the first season of Kaiju number 8. I haven't started the second one yet. But I am watching the other two. Summer Hikaru died's very good. I probably will pick up the manga for that one at some point. Okay, looks like we're about to have our 3-minute ad break. So I will be back in like 3 minutes. BRB. I'm back. Whew. Alrighty. Probably go for another like 50 minutes or so. So I got some adjustments to make, I think, but I'm excited. I think I'm about in the home stretch of this drawing. Always feels good to finish a commission. You're working on a cosplay for Otacon this weekend, so stick around as long as I'm on. Ooh, what's the cosplay? And thanks for hanging out. Love the colors and the composition. The camera framing is fun. Thank you. Yeah, the commissioner requested these two taking a selfie. And I kind of had this composition pop in my head like immediately. Just like, oh, I know what this will look like. One of Yang's outfits from Ruby. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, Ruby has some pretty cool designs. You decided to commit to making Mizuki Date and you're so excited because you know you'd be cute. You're gonna look awesome. That's gonna be super cute. I don't know when I'm gonna cosplay again. I got a Rain cosplay that I've worn like 6 times and it's falling apart, so I feel like if I want to be Rain again, I probably have to buy another one. Yes, very cool designs. You've been thinking about cosplaying Yang for almost 10 years. Your friend group decided in January 2020 you'd do it, so here we are. I'm glad you're finally getting to do it. I know my brother is, he's wanting to cosplay as Gustav from Expedition 33, Clair Obscur. And I think he'd be a good Gustav, actually. But he's wanted to do it for, like, Dragon Con, which is in, like, 3 or 4 weeks. One day I'll actually name my layers so I know what the hell's going on, but not today. Today we remain confused. That's like actually partially why I started doing like a more painterly style, because I needed less layers. I don't like it when I end up with like hundreds of layers. I don't like too much shit to juggle for me. And like this style I do end up with a bit more layers, but like when I do my paintings, I just paint everything on one layer. I'll like split it for like different characters, but besides that, and in the background. Sometimes I don't even split it for different characters, actually. I think I paint on my Reen painting. I think I did all the Reens on one layer. Oh my gosh. Have you guys had like a cold front where you live? It's actually been like kind of chilly the past few days here to the point where I've had to be under a blanket. And it's August. Hi, Pinhead Larry. Yep, I am finishing it up soon, hopefully. It's about done. But yeah, it's been like really nice actually. I don't want it to get hot again, even though I know it's going to. I'm bracing myself. Yeah, not cold exactly, but way cooler than it had been. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's been nice. I've loved it. I am a fall weather girly through and through for sure. My husband's on the phone with his friend in the background. I keep hearing him walk near my office and he's just ranting about something. I don't think it's audible on my microphone, hopefully. I've seen like a bunch of VTubers recently like announce that they're like getting married and stuff. And I'm like impressed how they can hide that because I feel like if I was like trying to hide it, my husband would just like say something really loud in the background and it's ruined. Does my husband stream or has he ever considered it? He actually does. He usually streams on Sunday nights. He plays video games for his one of his friends, but obviously other people are welcome to come in and watch. I believe he is in the middle of playing Soul Hackers right now. He just finished Tales of Berseria on stream. Soul Hackers 2, I should say, is the one he's playing. The one that came out somewhat recently. I've said to him we should do some kind of collab stream together at some point. Like I know I'm like kind of biased, but he's my husband, so I think we're pretty funny together personally. The one people hate, you know, nothing other than the protagonist looks cool. Yeah, I have heard a lot of people don't like it. My husband actually does like it. He's beaten it already once before. But the protagonist design is certainly one of the coolest parts, if you ask me. I haven't played it. I can't tell you if I would hate it if I played it. Possibly. I'm pretty sure the main character... I want to say she's voiced by Toa's voice actor from Trails of Cold Steel. Gotta make it sparkly. Now, if my husband and I did do a collab stream... I don't know why I'm calling it a collab stream. I guess because we're both streamers, but like, he's also my literal husband, so... I don't know what we would do. Maybe like one of those co-op games like It Takes Two or whatever. You know, I thought I turned on a setting while I was trying to do all that shit to fix my Apple Pencil in the last stream. I thought I turned on a setting that showed my cursor while I'm drawing, but... Show while painting. Show both. I still don't see a cursor. Procreate's just lying to me. Actually, at the Apple store, they had Procreate open on a giant screen. And while I was sitting there waiting for them to fix my Apple Pencil, I was kind of like, should I go draw Reen? Should I draw Reen in the Apple store? Procreate? I didn't, though. I don't know how many people here would have appreciated it. You want to draw Yuri on the big Procreate? Do it. I mean, I saw some of the drawings that were in there, and there was certainly there was certainly a lack of Yuri, I think. Disappointing. Actually, I don't know if I saw like any anime art at all. There was not enough weeb representation. I've been putting off, like, actually properly drawing this stupid rope thing. This, like, art is, like, too low res for me to even tell what's actually going on here. I mean, I assume it's, like, a braided rope thing. My art style reminds you of all those 90s anime art style edits. Those Fruits Baskets, one of my inspirations. But I can talk. Oh, Arisu VT, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I fucking love Fruits Basket. Like, damn, isn't that obvious? Also, you're not the first person to tell me that my art, like, reminds you of, like, 90s or 2000s anime. Hi, Arisu. Thank you. I'm only streaming for another, like, 20 minutes or so anyway, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. But yeah, actually, when people tell me that my art reminds them of like 90s or 2000s anime, the thing is, I don't think that was a conscious choice on my part. I think it's just because I'm a millennial and I grew up when anime looked like that. And so that's how it came out. It's all because I'm a weeaboomer. It makes me happy though, because I love that that style of anime still. I've seen those memes people have done that look fun that are like, where you like chart out all your art inspirations. So you basically have like a bunch of your art inspirations laid out together. Because it's always fun looking at it and being like, oh, that's where they got that, you know? Oh wait, I got distracted from drawing this rope thing. Yeah, I've thought about who I would put on like an inspiration chart. I would definitely have Ikuko Ito on there, the animation director, who she did a lot of work on Sailor Moon and Princess Tutu, and a few other things. Probably have Rumiko Takahashi on there. Probably would have Arina Tanemura. Like Arina Tanemura and Koge Donbo, I just like traced their manga panels as a kid trying to learn how to draw them. So they like have to be on the list. I actually tried to like more directly copy Ikuko Ito for a while, but that's kind of the funny thing about art styles is that when you try and directly copy one you really like, it still after a while just morphs into your own weird thing. Cuz it's like you like slowly forget like how they did a certain thing, or you decide you like doing a certain thing a different way. My art style is just a weird Frankenstein of all of the inspirations and tutorials I've followed over the years. That eventually turned into another thing because I was like, I like doing it this way. I like this blob I drew right here to represent these tassels. I can already tell. I'm probably gonna wake up tomorrow and like do a bunch of color adjustments on this. Alright. Well, at the very least, I think I can go ahead and maybe put some overlay layers and see how I end up liking that with those on there. Okay. Hmm. getting there, that's for sure. I think I still want to make some more adjustments to Annalise's hair. I'm feeling. Hey, Prototype, still here. Was watching K-pop Demon Hunters for the first time. Did you like it? I quite enjoyed that movie. Especially the soundtrack. Alright. I think, am I interested in Transformers at all? Well, I watched Transformers 1 and it was really good yaoi. I'm interested in the Transformers yaoi. I'm like neutral on it until I experienced the yaoi and enjoyed it. Okie dokie. I think that's a good place to call it for the night. Been about 2 hours. And I could tell I am at the point where I probably need to sleep on this before I make too many more changes. It's getting there. Thank you for joining me, everyone. That was a fun stream. Hope you had fun too. And hopefully I will finish this tomorrow. Alright. Alright. Good night, everybody. I'll see you next time.